Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. The bar is now open for business. And welcome to a special episode of Amani's Abyssal Lounge. Now, I'm not going to do all of the shilling and all of the, you know, follow me on this, follow me on that, because that's not what this episode is about. Uh, I do want to say at the top of this, we love you, Ironmouse. We love all of the V Shoujo girls and Kuro. And what is going on in the VTuber space right now is sad to say it's not surprising, but it is still as jarring and disgusting because we never expected it to come from V Shoujo, but it has. So yeah, there will be a link in the description of this episode to the Tiltify link to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. It is already at $1.2 million. Um, Everybody should be so proud of themselves for that, but we can make that number go higher. And I know not a lot of people listen to this podcast right now, but I just wanted to record this episode because I've been feeling a lot of feelings when it comes to not just this, but being a consumer um of V Shoujo, someone who Kami Oshi was a part of V Shoujo. So I may be a little emotional during this episode, but that's only because I just feel a lot of things, and also I came off of a concert last night that has me already feeling a lot of emotion. So if I sob a little bit, don't judge me, please. I also want to disclaim that I'm gonna cuss even more than I have ever cussed before in an episode because one of those emotions that I have been feeling is rage. Um, and so if I'm gonna try to turn the audio down when I edit, it's gonna be a quick edit. But I definitely say turn your devices down, whether you watch me on your phone or you watch me on TV, whatever. Turn your devices down because I am going to get fucking loud during this podcast episode because I have so many words. Okay. So at just to start this episode off, if you have been living under a fucking rock, around Tuesday evening EST, Ironmouse dropped a video on her YouTube channel, basically disclose, and obviously that video will be linked in the bio also. Basically discussing that she will be leaving V Shoujo because V Shoujo owes her a substantial amount of money, but not just her. They owed the Immune Deficiency Foundation over $500,000 that was supposed to be donated to them via Iron Mouse's second subathon. Not the first one, the second one. So again, if I talk about it during this episode, I will either post it in the edit, like I'll post a screenshot, or I will post a link to it in the description or the bio if it's on Spotify, because I am not here to spread misinformation, nor am I here to be the person that is breaking a big scoop, because obviously the people that's been doing that have been doing that. What I wanted to do is I want to spread awareness to even people that have no idea about what the fuck is going on, or they have no idea what a VTuber is, because this is becoming such a big story outside of the VTuber space. And I want as a consumer, as someone who consumed V Shoujo content, as someone who consumed a majority of the V Shoujo girls and the people that were in and out of V Shoujo, which yes includes Natasha Nanners, but we're gonna get on that also. I want to voice my opinion and cuss and fuss and talk shit about what I have had to deal with on the receiving side of Twitter, even though I know it's a fucking cesspool. Um, so yeah, let's start with my love letter to Ironmouse. So I got into Ironmouse, I think around the same time that most people got into Ironmouse, which is COVID. Um, and I was kind of transitioning out of Twitch at that time. Like I was a Twitch moderator for another streamer, but I wasn't really as active as I should have been on Twitch because I was going through a lot at that time. You know, COVID kind of fucked everybody up. Um, but I was watching a lot of YouTube. And around this time, this is where when I got into Aki Dearest, I got into Joey the Anime Man, who doesn't really watch anime anymore. Um, and I got into all of those Geeks Plus people, like Geega, Sid Snap, like all of them. And obviously, Sea Dog VA, Connor. And this is when he first like started his like streaming thing and like his streamer career. Um and he had opened the Connor Dog channel. And when he started, you know, when he did his first like I've literally been an Iron Mouse fan since the first collab. And I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I remember the first collab. I do. Um, the shit was fucking funny. It was. And I was just like, who is this? Who is this little anime woman, basically? And she was so awkward, but she was so funny because I didn't learn until later that that was their first collab. But ever since then, I was like, let's see what's going on here. And then as the years go on, and I become more and more of a fan, and I'm watching more and more content, and I find out, about her condition, and I find out about all of the things that she's been through, and that the whole reason she even started streaming was because she was lonely and she just wanted, friends, and she just wanted people in her life because of her condition. Um, it really spoke to me because, she's Latina and I'm Black. And while we have different struggles, we share some of these same things where you have people, if whether you go to school or you get a job, you have people that tell you that you're not gonna be shit, you ain't ever gonna be shit. You have people tell you that there's no reason for you to follow your dreams. All you need to do is you need to work, make money, and die. That's just what POCs deal with. That's just what Black people deal with. Is It's either about the bag and making the bag and dying about the bag, or you a loser, ain't gonna do nothing ass bitch, and you're either gonna rot in prison or you're gonna die. Someone's gonna kill you. That's what you're told as a Black child, at least in my experience. And I know a lot of people that I know can relate to that. And so a big thing during COVID was everybody felt like their lives were uprooted. Um, you know, and Iron Mouse really helped ground me in a way where I didn't have to I didn't it's not even that I was like, "Oh, I don't think highly of myself." It was more so well, nobody gives a fuck, so why should I care? Or, my living situation is what it was. So how can I create? How can I be the thing that I've always wanted to be? And she showed me that no matter what you go through, no matter how you fucking feel, as shitty as you feel, as sick as you feel, you can live your dreams, bro. And so that's why she became my Kami Oshi, because as someone who literally struggles every fucking day, it's 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 great. Like, and I'm trying not to like cry because I really want to just spread awareness to how much she actually means to me. And I don't know if she'll ever see this. It'll probably be years from now that she sees this. Um, but I just want, if Ironmouse just so happens to ever come across this little bitty podcast, I just want you to know that you inspire so many people. You inspire so many people to follow their dreams, to be their most authentic selves, which is one of my mottos. And you inspire people that no matter what adversity they go through, no matter what fucked up thing hits them in their face, that they can succeed, and they can succeed well in whatever it is they decide to do. So, thank you. You will always be my Kami Oshi. To the day I die, I'll probably be in my fucking afterlife screaming your name. Because that's what you deserve. You deserve all of the love and appreciation for what you've done, not just for the VTuber space, but what you've done for POC and Black folks and the little boys and girls who feel like they can't follow their dreams. So I want to move to talking about what primary immunodeficiency is. And I'm getting this like literally from the Immune Deficiency Foundation website. And I just want to read off a little excerpts for people that may not know what Ironmouse deals with. Um, I just know first she deals with common immunodeficiency, but there apparently is like 550, more than 550 rare chronic conditions that deal with primary immunodeficiency. So I'm gonna give a little excerpt and then I'm gonna talk a little more about it. So primary immunodeficiency, or PIs, are a group of more than 550 rare chronic conditions where a part of the body's immune system is missing or does not function correctly. All primary immunodeficiencies are different, but they all disrupt the body's immune system. They are known as inborn errors of immunity. And so, they go into the signs of primary immunodeficiency, um, and then they talk about who is at risk for immunodeficiency, which is basically anyone. Anybody can develop primary immunodeficiency because it's caused by a genetic variant and can affect anyone regardless of age, gender, and ethnicity. And then some PI disorders cause symptoms in infancy or early childhood, but others may not present until mid or even older adulthood. So one day you could wake up and suffer from primary immunodeficiency, basically, which is fucking insane. And what I've learned recently is that a lot of doctors don't know how to deal with it. That's what the IDF is for, and this is not the other IDF. That's the acronym for the Immunodeficiency Foundation. But a lot of doctors don't know how to diagnose um, immunodeficiency. Um, like they don't have the training for it. But I'm gonna be honest, healthcare in the United States of America fucking sucks anyway. It is literally the biggest cash cow for lots of major corporations and shit. So I don't have belief in these motherfuckers any fucking way. But when you do find a good doctor, even they would have a hard time diagnosing it because it can look like bronchitis or the flu or whatever viral infection, because that's the whole thing, is that it you get to a point where your immune system cannot battle any virus, any bacterial infection, nothing. You have little to no support from your immune system, which is why Ironmouse has spent a lot of time in isolation. Because if she gets sick, I'm not gonna say like she done, like that's it, but it's gonna be like if you got hit by a train and then the train got hit by a plane and then the plane got hit by the bus and then the bus blew up and then all the shrapnel hit you in your body, and then on top of that a bunch of animals came and started nibbling on your wounds, that's putting it lightly. Like like literally she would be fighting for her life, and she's fighting for her life almost every day. And so one of the big treatments that she talks about all the time is donating plasma. Um, I know in the state of Georgia specifically, you can get paid for donating plasma. So if you have a plasma donation place anywhere near you, go donate some plasma. Sadly, right now, since I haven't been able to get a physical, I can't donate plasma right now. Um, but trust and believe, when I get this fucking physical and I start feeling a little healthier and better about myself, I will definitely go back to donate plasma. Because I used to do it. I used to do it before I even knew who Ironmouse was. Um, because they were paying us, and I obviously, I was a teenager at the time. So I'm like, hell yeah, like I just turned 18, I ain't got no real job for real. Like, let me donate some plasma, give me some extra money. And then I found out the benefits of doing it. And I was like, oh, well, I'm helping people while also, helping myself basically. So why the fuck not? Um, and I don't like shilling the Red Cross because girl, fuck them. But if that is the only way that you can donate plasma, go donate plasma. Um, I'm not gonna incriminate myself, but being a part of the LGBTQ, if you are a part of the LGBTQ, you know the fucking questions that they ask us during those fucking intakes when we go to donate blood or donate plasma or whatever the fuck. Be responsible. If you know your health and you know what the fuck you do on your off time, maybe lie a little bit. I'm just saying. Because I don't know about y'all, I get tested regularly. And I don't even be fucking like that. And I still get tested regularly. If not every 6 months, I get tested every year around the same time. So, with that being said, do what you gotta do to be a part of some change. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the second part, which is dissecting this bullshit ass notice that was posted on that fucking Hellscape app yesterday. And when I say I've been screenshotting and saving everything, because I want, when people listen to this, I want people to understand the hurt and the trust that was completely and utterly just thrown to the wayside for some bucks. Okay? So this is from the official V Shoujo motherfucking Twitter account yesterday, right? Around yesterday afternoonish EST. And so this is the CEO gun run. Fuck you, bitch. But this is from this bitch ass motherfucker. Cause now we're past the niceness and showing love to Ironmouse. I mean, obviously keep showing her love. But now this is where my personal feelings turn from appreciation to bitch, fuck you. Cause fuck you, gun run. Fuck you, Mr. Justin. You bitch ass nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you? But let's get into this. Okay, so it starts off with Vishojo has failed because of your bitch ass. And I've mismanaged the company into the situation you have all witnessing. No shit. So today I share the difficult news that Vishojo is shutting down, and I take full responsibility for the decisions that led us to this point. Okay? Mind you, that's already some bullshit, and we're gonna get to that because if you were really taking responsibility, you would have said, I spent money I wasn't supposed to fucking spend. That's what would have been fucking said in this goddamn message. But you're not trying to incriminate yourself, which you fucking did any fucking way, you stupid dumb bitch. But we'll get to that. And so he then goes on to say, I've been doing everything I can to fundraise, bitch. How? Sucking dick? What you been doing? Selling pussy on the fucking corner to try to get some money to fucking pay these girls? Girl, get the fuck out of here. And right the ship, whatever the fuck that means, these past few months. But despite my efforts, we are in a worse position, and those I care about are not paying the price. You couldn't have gave less than a fuck about them, because if you cared about them, you would have been telling the girls and Kuro what the fuck was going on, especially Zentrea. And we're gonna get to that because once again, I've been screenshotting everything. So I'm all this shit once again will either show up, it'll have a little glance for you to pause and watch, or you will fucking, I will link the tweets and whatnot. But you're a fucking liar, bro. You couldn't possibly have cared about them. Possibly. Because if you did, you would have been transparent. You would have been checking in. Because as much as CEOs sit in the back and let everybody else do everything, you also have a responsibility to make sure, as the captain of the fucking ship that you want to use so fucking bad, that the ship is running smoothly. Whether it's with staff, whether it's with funding, whether it is with sponsorships, whatever the fuck it is, as a businessman, because just like Geega, I have been in business for a long fucking time. So as the captain of the ship, bitch, it is your responsibility to make sure everything is running smoothly, bitch. You need to go through everything with a fine-tooth fucking comb. But your bitch ass was too busy probably vacationing in fucking Cancun and goddamn Japan every fucking time you felt like it, and letting everybody else take the fall for some shit. You stupid motherfucker. But to continue. Over the past few years, we raised over, and I want y'all to listen to this amount, over around $11 million to pursue a bold, talent-first approach in VTubing, prioritizing creators and community over short-term profits. Did y'all just hear what the fuck I just said? This man just said that when he was starting VShojo, he had $11 million. 11 million fucking doll hairs, bro. 11 million. Do you know how much fucking money that is? And guess when? And it's 2025, right? Okay, I need you to understand it's 2025. Veibae, Silverveil, and Natasha Nyanners, left VShojo around 2023. So that means from 2020 to 2023, you spent $11 million? Because if y'all looked at what Vay has been saying, what Silver has been saying, what fucking Nyan has been saying, that they were basically being coerced into these predatory ass contracts that would have stolen so much profits from them. Mind you, let's not even talk about the fact that every single VShojo member is missing funds from sponsorships, from merch. So from 2020 to 2023, where the fuck did $11 million go? But that's what happens when you hire all your friends and you're like, yeah, y'all, we're gonna be the next big fucking VTuber agency and we're all gonna be fucking swimming in money, but you have no business sense. You're hiring all your friends, and the first thing, if you know anything about business, is that you don't hire your fucking friends because they think they can do whatever the fuck they want to do and they don't take shit seriously. It's called a conflict of interest. As much as I love my friends, unless my friend can show me that they can separate our relationship from the fucking business, you will not be hired. Because when I tell your bitch ass I need this shit to be fucking done, I need you to fucking do it. Period. That's why you don't hire your friends. Because yes, there are gonna be conversations you're gonna be fucking mad at me because you're playing in my fucking face about my business, bitch. So, let us fucking continue, right? Our funding went directly to our creators, fucking lie, through generous splits, debut investments, infrastructure, concerts, events, and staffing, all designed to support them. We also wanted talent to own their IPs, which is their intellectual properties, if people don't know what an IP is, which we knew was a unique creator first approach for the agency. However, despite all our efforts, the business failed to generate the revenue we needed to sustain that model, and eventually we ran out of money. You want to know why you ran out of money? Because y'all don't know how to allocate. Bitch, you don't know how to budget. Bitch, you don't know how to not stick your foot in your fucking mouth when you're promising and you're doing all of these things with all of these people. Guess what, bitch? Shit costs money. Management costs money. Advertisement costs us money. Because let's not talk about the fact that you were doing all of these wasteful ass ads in Japan just to spite Hololive for whatever fucking reason. And one thing I want people to understand is that nothing built on jealousy, vindictiveness, and trying to one up a bitch is going to work. Because needless to say, as much shit as Hololive has been through and dealt with themselves, they are still profitable. And look at fucking VShojo. So we see what being a mean girl does. Because you as a CEO should have the discernment to understand that you want to do better because you want the creators to feel better about being in the space. That should have been your fucking mission. Not one-upping fucking Niji Shanji, and we're gonna get on them fucking funky ass bitches too. Not trying to one-up Hololive. Your goal is to make the space a better place. And the moment you lost that fucking vision, all of this shit went to the wayside. Because the mission is gone. It all came about who can make the most money. And mind you, fucking they talking about they had leaderboards and shit. So obviously this has been something that has been a part of VShojo since the jump. So you're full of shit, you fucking bitch. So here's the part that I'm because this is what everybody been eating his ass up about. Additionally, I acknowledge that some of the money spent by the company was raised in connection with talent activity, which I later learned was intended for a charitable initiative. So you're gonna sit in everybody face and you gonna fucking lie? You're gonna sit in everybody face and lie. Everybody. Like you weren't retweeting all of these fucking people that were singing the praise of Ironmouse with this subathon and donating half of what she made to the fucking immunodeficiency foundation. You were literally a part of it. Because you can't sit here once again as the CEO of a company and tell me that this woman who was making hundreds of thousands of dollars and breaking all of these records, all of these news outlets, all of these people talking about this subathon, not just the first one, but the second one. 2 viral subathons where records are being broken. You can't sit here and tell me you don't know what the fuck is going on. Or you're just that fucking dense and you're that fucking stupid. That's what it sounds like you're telling the world. You're a stupid, dumbass bitch that doesn't know how to pay attention to fucking anything, and you let shit run by the wayside because you trusted your little friends to do everything for you. You stupid, dumbass bitch. Are you fucking kidding me? Because let's talk about my real feelings about the fact that bitches steal all the time, right? People are mean, people are nasty, people do fucked up ass shit. But for you to steal from a charity that directly affected one of your talents, and not only that, is already underfunded research. It's all this shit going on in the world with this funky ass president of ours taking funds away, taking research opportunities away, and all this other shit, and you spent that fucking money? How disgusting are you, you dirty, funky bitch? How fucking dare you? Like, how actually dare you? Because I wouldn't have gave a fuck if it was the Trevor Project, if it was the Red Cross, whoever the fuck. Because regardless of what these charities do, they try to help people. There are people in these foundations that try to help people. But you know what the fuck they need for that? Money. So for you to fucking spend that money that, first of all, wasn't fucking yours to fucking spend, and to then sit in everybody's face and pretend like you didn't know what the fuck that money was for? Do you think we're all fucking stupid like you? Do you think we're all dumb and can be manipulated? Do you not understand that people had lives before they were VTubers? Some people were accountants. Some people were business managers. Some people worked for nonprofits. Because let's not forget that most, if not all, charities are nonprofit organizations, which means that they strictly run off of donations and sponsorships, and a lot of the times federal grants, state grants. So you mean to tell me that you didn't know that? That you didn't know that they needed that money? That took resources from a child that is probably suffering from their condition right now. Like, I don't think y'all understanding this. Y'all are not understanding the gravity of, I mean, most people are, but I don't think some people are trying to think that deep because it's just gonna piss them off and they're just gonna rant on Twitter, which, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what the fuck I wanna say when I wanna say it. Like, it's so fucked, and I feel so bad for Veibae, Silver, and Yan because they signed this funky ass NDA, and they're watching their entire reputations being ruined. Cause mind you, I can honestly say that I watched Silvervale, and then when this whole shit popped off with them leaving, and I was hearing all of these horrible things. And yeah, she did play Hogwarts Legacy, but that's a different other shit. Girl, at this point, play the fucking game. I don't care. But all this shit was happening, and I was like, I don't really like that. And I stopped watching her. So it worked. As a consumer, the narrative worked. And it wasn't no beef, and I wasn't, on the forums and on my Twitter talking shit about her. But I genuinely, when she went indie, I stopped watching her. So the narrative worked. And I think that's what's frustrating me the most, is that it's so hard to know what's true and what's not true when you have all of these people in the background making people sign these disgusting NDAs and creating these narratives and creating fucking alt accounts to get on 4chan and blast people and call them all types of horrible shit. And they can't defend themselves because, again, these are now indie. Like, I don't know about y'all, but lawyers are fucking expensive. They are very expensive. And they're even more expensive to keep on retainer, which means that at any time you can consult them because they've already been paid for their services. That shit is expensive. So you can't be mad at these talents for not saying anything and being scared of being sued by these corporations because, as we've all learned from Niji Sanji, V Shoujo, all these other fucking bullshit ass agencies that fallen to the fucking wayside, they have resources that these talents don't have. And even if they don't actually have these resources, the talents don't know that. They don't know what the fuck is going on. All they wanted to do was be cute, play their game, sing, and be idols. Some of them, because not all of them want to be idols. That's what this was for. So, okay, I tangented for too long, but let me finish this motherfucking thing. At the time, we were working hard to raise additional investment capital to cover our costs, and I firmly believe, based on the information available to us, that we would be able to do so and cover all expenses. How the fuck did you believe that? And y'all have been hemorrhaging money for years at this point. Y'all have been hemorrhaging. The money was bleeding. Y'all were being bled dry. Whether it was by you, whether it was by your staff's salaries, whatever the fuck y'all were doing, the money was being hemorrhaged, sis. So how the fuck did you believe, with the information that was available to you, that y'all were gonna make the money back? Huh? That makes sense to you? When you type this up, did you read it back? Like, that's what I want to understand. Did you chat GPT this? Because that's what it's given. Because did you even read back what the fuck you were saying? Because if you were truly wanting to be honest and be transparent, this would have been a "I fucked up" statement. You're trying to shift because, again, we I acknowledge that some of the money spent by the company was raised in connection with talent activity. So you're trying to shift it. So if I was a gambling bitch, what that sounds like to me is that initially you thought that money was strictly from Ironmouse. But again, I say, from the jump, she made it known that half of her Subadon earnings would go to the IDF. And even if you didn't think that was going to happen, she did it the fucking first time. So why the fuck wouldn't you think she would do it the second time when she broke the all-time sub record? And she avidly, all the time, does charitable donations to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. So even if you didn't think she was going to do it, more than likely, using context clues, you dumb bitch, she was probably going to do it. Because that is literally the only fucking charity that her and Connor work with all the fucking time. They do a charity event every fucking year, bitch. So you can't tell me that you did not think she was going to fucking donate to them, because she donates to them all the fucking time. Are we using our brains or not? You fucking stupid hoe. Like, what the fuck, bro? So, finishing off this bullshit ass thing, he goes into, we were unsuccessful in our fundraising efforts. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I made a decision to pursue funding, and I own its consequences. I am deeply sorry to all the talent, staff, friends, and community members who believed in our brand. You did not deserve this. Signed, bitch ass Justin, gun run. So we're gonna talk about two responses to this. And mind you, Zentrea said a lot in her response, but again, go to these girls' Twitters, see what was said, get the correct information. Like Zen, Ironmouse, Geega, all of the girls have said, don't listen to these drama tubers. I'm not one. I just literally want to spread the correct information. I'm getting everything directly from the VShojo Twitter, the girls' Twitters, Iron Mouse's video, the IDF website. I have not. I haven't quoted false ID. I haven't quoted Rima, and I watch these VTubers, and I'm not shitting on them at all. But this is not a drama podcast. As much as I talk shit and as much as I give my opinion, I am not here to spread misinformation. I am just here to give my opinion on how I feel and how my friends feel in these spaces and go from there. That's my disclaimer, okay? Because if this get any traction, I don't want anybody thinking that I'm here to cause speculation. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to talk about my opinion, how I feel as someone who has worked in business and also is technically running a business now, who has been in management, all of the things. That's why I'm here. Okay, so first response I wanted to talk about was Geega's response. And I'm gonna read it first before I tangent, because I know I'm gonna tangent. And I wanna preface this by saying that I kind of off and on watched Geega even before she joined V Shoujo. Like, I could tell that she was somebody who, like I said earlier, has worked in corporations before. Um, I don't know her backstory because, again, I watch her off and on, but you can tell just from how she speaks about these things that she's done merchandising. She's done some type of corporate overseeing. You know what I'm saying? Because if that wasn't the case, they wouldn't have brought her in and basically had her be a fucking consultant the whole time. But we're going to read her response. Geega says from her Twitter to response to the V Shoujo bullshit ass statement, she goes, V Shoujo didn't just fail, many staff and leadership failed the Shoujo. Instead of using talent money on operating costs, the company should have shut down or at least informed us. But you used us as cash cows to keep things afloat while keeping us in the dark. You chose to keep the, in parentheses, expensive sinking ship going and felt that it was fine to keep paying out to staff you were friends with instead of putting the talent first. You made it abundantly clear that you are okay with not prioritizing the debts owed to the talent who made the company what it is. While saying you will take full responsibility is the correct thing to do, I also think there are many others in the company without the same positive intention as conveyed in this message. In every leadership or staff call I had, you sat in the back and you didn't say much while you had other staff members that were clearly the ones doing the actual work be the ones to speak. We know which leadership worked on our contracts. We know which leadership constantly sat in VC playing games with staff instead of working on time sensitive tasks for our events and debuts. We know which staff constantly leaked information about talent. As the CEO, you are the final check, yes. But this means that all checks before you failed too. I couldn't have said it better myself. And in all honesty, because you're full of shit. Like, and you'll probably never hear this, but I want you to feel it in your fucking spirit, Mr. Justin. You're full of shit. And you wanna know how I know you're full of shit? Because I've dealt with motherfuckers like you before. I've dealt with CEOs or CFOs or people in higher management that think that everything's perfect. We're a family. When in reality, motherfuckers are being abused on the work job. Motherfuckers can't pay their rent still. Motherfuckers can't pay none of their bills. They can't take time off work out of fear for fucking retaliation. Motherfuckers can't speak their mind because they know they're gonna be basically gangbanged in a meeting because people are twisting narratives and talking shit behind their back. I've dealt with that before. So needless to say, Mr. Justin, you're a piece of shit. And I hope you know that you're a piece of shit. And now I'm not a person that believes that everyone is beyond redemption. But bitch, you got a long motherfucking road ahead, bitch. You're disgusting. And let me tell you why you're disgusting. You're disgusting because you allowed this shit to happen under your leadership. Because at the end of the day, the captain gets blamed. When the ship goes down, the captain goes with that motherfucker. So regardless of what other staff has done, you were supposed to be the head of the ship, bitch. So you're disgusting to me. Okay? And I want to talk about one part of what Geega said is how he was paying his friends these salaries that he promised them while, like I said earlier, y'all were hemorrhaging money. So let me tell you something. When you're doing, like, let me give y'all some business advice real quick. When you're doing a budget for a business, right? Yes, you can allocate funds to whether you go a little bit under or you get a little bit over. Like when you sit in these operations meetings and stuff like that and you're doing a budget, a lot of the time it is an estimate, especially if you're a startup. It's an estimate of how much you think y'all would spend on this or that. And then you adjust as sponsors come in, partners come in, whatever the fuck, right? You adjust the budget to suit how you could make a profit. And a lot of the times, because again, this is the number one rule of business, a lot of the times for the first 3 to 5 years of your business, you put every single fucking cent back into your business. Whether it is you getting an office, whether it's you buying new equipment, whether it's you hiring more staff, whatever the fuck. A lot of the times the CEO is not making any money until the business is profitable. You're not profitable at the beginning of a business because nobody knows you fucking exist. And you want to know why when you're also not profitable? You're also not profitable when you're fucking sucking the life from your talent from this fucking agency and you don't have any extra money coming in. Now again, I've never ran an agency before. But as someone who's seen how businesses are run, you're not making that much fucking money. Okay? And even if you are making that fucking money, that's the talent's money. You dumb, stupid bitch. So until you had, all of you had these regular sponsors coming in, or you had regular partners coming in, you shouldn't have had a goddamn fucking salary. You or none of your friends. Until the business was profitable, none of you hoes should have been getting paid from V Shoujo, except for the fucking talents who were making all of the fucking money. That's how that should have worked. Your job as an agency is to bring in extra money for the talents and take a fucking cut of it. And then that cut is supposed to be used for operations, for advertisement, for if a streamer's mic breaks, you buy them a new mic, whatever the fuck. But at the end of the day, you and your little group of friends shouldn't have been making no fucking money. Crazy enough, until this year. Mostly. But that's what happens when you got fucking nerds who think they know everything and think that they can do it better than someone else, and you put them in the reins of some shit. Now look what the fuck happened. Okay, I'm almost at an hour, so I'm gonna end this with talking about Veibae's extensive NDA conversation. And again, I'm gonna read it all the way through, and then we're gonna talk about it. And then this will be the last thing I talk about, and we're gonna end this special episode here. Okay, so when the V Shoujo fucking when the statement dropped, she quote tweeted it and said, so now our NDAs are now void, which that's a different conversation. But she said why I left V Shoujo. Back in 2023, V Shoujo tried to bully me into one of the most predatory contracts that I have ever seen. When I tried to ask more about it, their COO got extremely hostile with me and refused to answer any of my questions, and so I had to hire a lawyer in order to get clarification. During the talks, it became clear that V Shoujo would rather let me go than take less away from me. They were ultimately wanting me to give up more than half of all of my sponsor revenue and over 60% of all merch sales. All I asked from them in return is to not take a cut of the sponsors that I was getting through Mythic. Mythic is another organization, as that cut was already being taken. They said no, they want it all. And so I asked to leave after being treated like I was disposable in our talks. They basically made it seem like they were my employer and that they're the reason for my success, that I owe them, and that I should be happy to give them my money. You know what? We're going to pause right there because you wouldn't have had an agency if you didn't have no fucking VTubers, you stupid fucking bitch. Did y'all forget about that? Because all of these VTubers were VTubers before V Shoujo even fucking existed. Or did we all forget that? Did we forget that Project Melody was already a thing before V Shoujo? Did we forget that Veibae was already a thing? Did we forget that Nyan was already a thing? Stupid dumb bitches. But continuing. In order for me to leave, they demanded I sign an NDA to prevent me from speaking to any of the other talents about it. I could not say why I was leaving. I could not say what the terms that I was saying no to were. I even got in trouble for advising them to hire their own attorneys. I want to give y'all some business advice. Can't no bitch force you to sign anything. Let me say it one more time. Can't now bitch force you to sign a motherfucking thing. Okay? So for all my smaller VTubers out there, even for all the big ones who may or may not see this in some way, shape, or form in the future, I'm putting this on myself. If you don't get anything out of this special episode, understand that no motherfucker can force you to sign anything you do not want to sign. That is NDA, that is contracts, that is invoices. If I don't like how that shit look, bitch, I don't have to sign it. Period. You can't force me to sign a motherfucking thing. And if you are mad that I am getting literal legal counsel to go over my contract, which you're supposed to fucking do, then bitch, I'ma rip that shit up in your fucking face and I'ma tell you to suck my fucking dick from the back. And I get it. When you think that this is gonna be some life-changing shit, you look at stuff with rose-colored glasses. I get it. But I need y'all to understand that at the end of the day, a business is there to make money. And they will make money however they want to make it. They will start to use you. They'll start to use your resources. They do not give a fuck about you at the end of the day. And I want a quick tangent into all of the Niji Sanji dickheads on fucking goddamn Twitter talking about how we shouldn't be saying this about all businesses. You bitches are fucking tone deaf. Okay? No one gives a flying fuck about Niji Sanji right now. No one is talking about Niji Sanji right now. No one gives a fuck that y'all suck the dick of these fucking VTubers from Niji Sanji who don't give a fuck about y'all. We don't care. And for that one Niji Sanji fucking liver who got on his fucking goddamn stream talking about how he doesn't like when people try to compare all businesses are the same, this and the third. You're a fucking tone deaf idiot. You're fucking stupid. And I said what I said, and I mean what I said. And if that means I don't collab with anybody that likes Niji Sanji, that's fine. I don't fucking care. Because every single time some shit happens with something outside of Niji Sanji, all the Niji Sanji dick-sucking dickheads come out of nowhere talking about well, my liver wouldn't go through that, my liver wouldn't go through that, like we didn't have a Pomu situation, like we didn't have that bullshit with Celine Tasaki, when they literally turned the whole company against her and made her the issue. At the end of the day, these companies are about their bottom line. Remember that. No matter what company it is, no matter how saintly they look on the outside, at the end of the day, the bottom line is all that fucking matters. And the bottom line is money. So as much as y'all want to be parasocial and suck the fucking cock of all these goddamn fucking corporations and shit, and I even knew this about V Shoujo before all of this shit came out. As much as I loved V Shoujo, at the end of the day, it's a fucking business. So for you dumb dick sucking, dick riding ass hoes, fuck you. Mind your fucking business. If it's not about the IDF, if it's not about how the girls are feeling, and if it's not about the people who had these contracts signed and were fucking left to the wayside, shut the fuck up. Okay. Finishing off what Veibae said. Another one of their leave terms was that they will announce both me and Silver on the same day in order to minimize the damage to their company. Their COO has begun to push the narrative on 4chan, and she puts in parentheses, yes, I'm serious, LMFAO, and other social media that I am planning to join. I'm leaving because I plan to join OTK and that both me and Silvervale are troublemakers. So they were letting us go. Later, I found out that Neanners, this is Natasha Neanners, wanted to leave around the same time due to also being unhappy with the contract, but was told that she couldn't because it didn't fit their narrative that they were pushing internally and externally. I need y'all to understand that these motherfuckers were sitting in Discord calls and in forums and chats, basically turning the world against these three women. And if that ain't the most mean girl high school shit you have ever heard in your motherfucking life, it's like when you used to sit at high school and you used to watch the bitches at the other end of the table stare and point at you and laugh and talk shit the whole time. But you know if you get up and you slap one of them dumb assholes, everybody's just gonna dogpile on you because you're the issue. That's literally what this is. They could not do anything to defend themselves. I can't imagine being in that position because I would crash the fuck out. Fuck a NDA, fuck a contract, fuck my relationships. I will not allow you bitches to continue to talk about my character. But let me finish. From fans calling us greedy bitches to people saying that we're abandoning our friends and tossing aside the company because we're successful enough, shit was fucking painful. Not being able to say anything sucked. I only found out I didn't get paid from any of my sponsors after I already signed the NDA. After 2 years, I have still not been paid back fully. To add insult to injury, they also demanded I had to pay them back $10,000 for some of the anniversary assets that which when they sent me back months later, my bad, were half finished. Despite all of that, I've had immense faith that the company has gotten better over the past 2 years. I assume they rewrote their contracts after losing 3 people due to them and seeing all of the new talent join. Clearly, that was not the case. Now for some fun facts, and I'm gonna go through these quick. She basically says the lawyer that they had didn't have a fucking license, so he was practicing illegally. She says that they pitted them against each other during the time she was there and would compare success, and they would try to enforce strict streaming schedules so that their viewer count would look better due to less overlap, right? She said that they would always shit talk other VTuber agencies. They would literally spend money to take digs at them, especially Hololive, who basically lived rent free in Gunrun's head. And they were convinced Hololive was over when they signed Kason and Nazuna. Are you fucking dumb? But go whatever. And then their previous talent manager got ghosted for 6 months by Gunrun, told not to do any work for us, and then got fired for not doing anything. During this fiasco, we weren't getting any fucking assistance. And now here comes the big one, which is one of the previous members of V Shoujo's staff, MTD, got reprimanded for being creepy and was told not to message them privately. Which, bitch, why are you trying? Like you're in a, again, conflict of interest. What the fuck is wrong with you? They're not your friends. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Unless it is strictly about business, there's no reason why you should be contacting them. What the fuck is wrong with you? So then she also said she has proof that at IRL parties, MTD would actively shit talk her after leaving the company, would paint her in the worst fucking light, and would say like she doesn't know why she's acting innocent no, she was saying this to him, that she doesn't know why he's acting innocent on Twitter, pretending he wasn't aware of anything, and she can't wait for all the shit about him to come out. And then she thanks everybody for reading. Thank you for giving me, Silver, and Nan the benefit of the doubt when we needed it the most. Okay, so my closing statements, because child, I've been talking for a fucking hour. My closing statements are, like I said earlier, can't nobody force you to sign shit. And again, I don't know Veibae, I don't know Silver. Nan was the only one out of them that I watched religiously. Um, and I can imagine what they were feeling when they were signing these things. They probably didn't think it would be as serious as it was. And I know that they've obviously learned from this, obviously. I'm just so glad that they can finally fucking tell their stories. Because Silver got on stream and was just saying some of the most egregious shit that V Shoujo was doing. She's the one that said that they had fucking leaderboards, basically. What the fuck is this? The Olympics? The fucking Hunger Games? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Um, but I'm just glad that they are able to tell their stories. Again, I will link all of these videos, all of these stream highlights. If it's not from their channel, I'm not going to link it. But if it is from their channel, if they have uploaded anything talking about VShojo, it will be linked in the description and in the bio of this episode. Also, I will be linking the Tiltify link to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Please donate. Even if you can't donate, share the link. Even if you can only donate $1, $10, just and even if you can't do that, because I know the economy is whooping everybody's ass right now, but even if you can't do that, share the link around. I've shared the link like 4-5 different times in between all of my cussing. Like, I just have, because at the end of the day, we the VTubing community has come together to do a good thing in the midst of all of this fuck shit. And so we deserve to, like, not even deserve, but we're kind of obligated at this point to keep doing better, because if we don't do better, nothing is going to change. We're going to keep going through the same bullshit with these companies ripping off these fucking talents. Because sad to say, this doesn't just happen in the VTubing space. It happens to actors. It happens to IRL streamers. It happens to the flesh tubers. It happens to people all the time, because people don't know better. You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are just people streaming in their bedroom, and they blow up because the algorithm likes whatever the fuck they posted. These people don't have business experience. These people don't have, the knowledge of NDAs and how to read contracts and the fine line and all the different other shit. People don't know that. So this is something that needs to be talked about so that other people don't make the same mistakes. Okay? And then the last thing I want to say is, once again, we fucking love you, Ironmouse. Like, you are such a fiery flame in this space, because without you saying anything, this would have never gotten as big as it got. So many things would have been swept under the rug. And I don't want you to think you are, because I know this has been hard for you too, but I just want you to know that good things come, good things have come out of this. It's better for everyone to find out now than it be 10, 15 years from now, and all of a sudden VShojo up and runs away with everybody's shit, and now everybody with their ass out looking crazy. Mind you, 5 years is a long fucking time. It's a long fucking time. But I'm glad that this happened, because it shows that at the end of the day, bad shit happens, but good shit can come out of it. Okay. I've left out so many things. These were just the things that resonated with me. Like I said, I didn't even talk about Mint Fontaine and the idol group she was supposed to do with VShojo. I didn't talk about all of the other girls that were signed with VShojo and didn't fucking hear anything, were basically ghosted with signed contracts. Let me say that again. They had signed contracts and were ghosted. I haven't even talked about the fact that they were literally poaching ex Niji Sanji talent, because again, you think you the big girl in town with the big draws on. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And mind you, everybody kind of knew that already. Like, it wasn't like that was the most obvious thing. Like, all of a sudden, the Niji Sanji talent would fucking, graduate, and then all of a sudden they end up in VShojo. Like, we not fucking stupid. But there were so many things I didn't talk about. Cause this is a layered onion, y'all. But I'm gonna end it here. I've talked for an hour. Sorry, this kind of felt all over the place. Like I said, I'm feeling a lot of things. Uh, I'm gonna try and get this posted soon. I need time to process myself because again, V Shoujo did mean a lot to me also. Um, and yeah, be fucking good people. Do better. And fuck you, Gun Run, you stupid fucking bitch. Um, and with that, I'm signing out, y'all. Peace.